Yo, what is going on, guys? Sorry it's been a few days since my last upload. If you didn't see my post, I was at Portland Regional Championships this past weekend. I had an incredible time. I ended up with a record of 5-2-2. One more win and I would have made day 2. So close yet so far, am I right? Any of the other matchups, had I won them, like I said, I would have made day 2. But way of the road, we'll see how we do at Fresno Regional Championships, which I will also be attending and competing in. I did want to take today to look at the deck that did win Portland Regional Championships, and that is Arceus featuring Giratina. Now this deck is really simple and straightforward, and it did really well, I think, because of that. Of course, this deck has kind of been around for a while. Arceus has been around for a hot minute since Brilliant Stars. So if you don't know what it does, I'll go over these cards relatively quickly. Arceus V-STAR is 280 hit points, Trinity Nova does 200 damage, 180 with a double turbo, and accelerates 3 basic energy from your deck to a Pokemon V in any way you like. Of course, Starbirth makes this deck super duper consistent, just allowing you to search your deck for that double turbo. It helps you find anything you want. You can find double turbo research, double turbo boss, double turbo path, whatever you need, Arceus is here for you. So Starbirth is really fantastic. It's just really consistent in this deck since we are powering up Giratina. Now we're never actually building up to a Star Requiem. We're not playing the Lost Box or the Lost Zone version. We're only powering up this Lost Impact attack. This attack does 280 damage. This is the name of the game, to power up a Giratina V-STAR and just one-shot anything in the format. Really solid. Of course, you do have to put 2 energy attached to attached to your Pokemon in the Lost Zone, so you can always pitch one of your double turbos attached to Arceus or something like that, as opposed to energy attached to Giratina specifically. Now, there are some Pokemon out of range of Giratina V-STAR's damage, which is why we're playing the Choice Belt. Extra 30 damage to Pokemon V, and Cleansing Gloves, 30 damage more to Psychic Pokemon in particular. This is really nice for Gardevoir EX, who has 310 hit points. 280 plus the 30 with these Cleansing Gloves allows you to one-hit KO a Gardevoir EX. So really powerful addition to this card, to this deck. This also helps you one-shot Mew VMAX as well, in addition to the Choice Belt. So well, that's the name of the game, nice and simple. Use Arceus to power up Giratina and have Giratina blow stuff up. We are playing the Bibarel Skwovet engine. This allows us to fill our hand to 5. And of course, Skwovet shuffles our hand and puts it to the bottom of the deck, draws 1 card. So we can put our handful of dead cards down to the bottom, draw 1, and then use Bibarel to draw a fresh 4 other cards. The rest of the deck is super straightforward and consistent. A couple switching options are 4 Nest, 4 Ultra. We are a Judge Path deck. So 4 Path, 4 Judge, and we just disrupt our opponent. After we use our Starbirth, we have no other abilities to use. So half the time we'll be probably searching for double turbo and path, and then just Judge Pathing our opponent, and then hoping that sticks. Now, I'm playing a little bit different of a list because I struggle in some matchups, in particular like Lost Box, which is I'm playing the one of Cheren's Care. It allows us to pick up one of our Pokemon that has damage counters on it and put it right back into our hand. This is a great way to just negate turns from Lost Box, which can help put yourself ahead, since I find this deck does actually struggle a little bit in the Lost Box matchup. 3 Boss's Orders, 3 Research, and Raihan, just super straightforward, like I said, super straightforward, super consistent. 4 Double Turbos, 2 V-Guards for some damage reduction, just to make our Pokemon a little beefier, and then 4 of Grass and Psychic to fulfill the attack cost of our Giratina V-STAR. So this is the deck list. This is the deck list that won Portland Regional Championships. Let's take it to the ladder and see if it lives up to the hype. This deck has a pretty decent matchup spread across the board, and I do like that about it, especially when you do this and go first. Heck yes. All I'm asking for is Arceus, Giratina, and an energy drop. That's all I want for turn in my Arceus decks. Not that. Okay, not the right Arceus. Okay, in all fairness, this would have gotten what I asked for. I just didn't ask for the right thing, okay? My bad. It's my fault. It's okay. It's my fault. All right, yeah. We did have a path too. The path would have been so cracked being able to path our opponent turn 1, especially if they're playing like Miraidon with the lightning sleeves, which is my assumption, of course. Could be wrong, but it's a fairly safe assumption since Miraidon also did take a top 8 at Portland. All right, let's see. Yeah, let's start with the Arceus and Energy Drop, man. That's all I'm really asking for. Not asking for too much. Of course, I want a little bit more, but you know, we'll start there. That's a good start, right? We don't always need the Giratina down turn 1, especially if it doesn't need to evolve. Wow, this is a not looking great hand. All right, well, this is a thing. Arceus off the top, Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, something like that. Any of those would be super acceptable cards. Let's see. Miraidon as expected, and we top deck a nothing. All right, that's what I like to see. Okay. We're off to a bit of a rough start, man. I wonder if this is going to be the Flaffy build or the Regieleki build. I guess we'll have to find out together. Here it comes. There is the Elekis. So we can one-shot the Elekis with our Giratina V-Star. That is something that's super nice about this deck. Because we have the Choice Belt. We hit 280 with the Giratina and then 310 with the belt. So feeling pretty solid. He commits energy to the Miraidon. Okay, not to the Raikou. Maybe he doesn't have a generator in hand? Or a draw supporter? I mean, if they don't take a knockout on my Bidoof this turn, that'd be honestly phenomenal. Ultra Ball, okay. So, I'm trying to figure out what works best for us off the top. I mean, Nest Ball, of course, would be pretty optimal. But even so, yeah. Because do I research or judge? Because, I mean, I have 2 judges in my hand just to pass. Our opponent does whip the knockout, so Raihan, oof. This is not looking great. I'm inclined to judge here because I don't want to get rid of these resources. At the same time, I feel the need to play the game. I am going to go with this option because it's just, I feel like it's a more consistent option to go with right now. So we'll go here. I will Nest Ball. I'm gonna get down. I'll get down another Bidoof because our active Bidoof is most likely going to go down. So we'll go like this, and then we're just gonna pass to my opponent. We're chilling. We're chilling right now. Now the scary thing is with the Elekis, my opponent can one-shot my Arceus V-Star. Unless I get a path to the peak in play. So I'm gonna have to go for a path here. I definitely think that's the way to go. My opponent does not have a generator in hand either, it doesn't look like. They didn't play it last turn, and they haven't played a draw supporter quite yet, so it looks like my opponent might be a bit, have a bit of a brick going on in their hand. Tandem unit, of course, thinning their deck out. That checks out. Okay. Down comes the Raichu. Raichu is an interesting card in this matchup, in this deck, because it's a little difficult to get it powered up to hit those really, really big one-hit KO numbers. EXP share, alright. No generators yet, though. I don't want to judge him if, yeah, I don't want to judge him if he's not going to do much of anything. I guess I could always wait and potentially grab a Switch card. Because if I'm thinking, I have the rope here, right? So I could always rope him out. So we could go, let's rope out. We can't afford a boss right now, so let's rope, see what happens. Our opponent's most likely going to promote the Eleki. Most likely. There it is. We go into the Arceus. Okay, let's get it, and judge. Now, I know my opponent doesn't have much going on, but we also need to play the game ourselves. So we do end up getting the Arceus V-Star. Oh my gosh. Better lucky than good, guys. Bam, Trekking Shoes. I do want this. Ooh, that's one less card I have to search for. That's actually a really, really solid pull here. So now what I can do is, do I bench the second Arceus? Or do I try and potentially go in for another Tina? Let's Starbirth here for sure. I want a Starbirth. I kind of want to grab Bibarel. I've got my one Tina in the deck, and I definitely want to grab Path. Path is definitely going to help me here. You know, those cards have text on them. That's really weird. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Bibarel and Path. We'll go Path to the Peak, Bibarel. I kind of want to bench this other Arceus. At the same time, I think I might prefer to... I think we're going to go in with second Arceus. So I am okay benching the other Arceus, and then we'll Industrious Incisors. We do also find ourselves our other Arceus. Cheren's Care as well if my opponent doesn't knock us out. I kind of like this. We'll hold the hand. And then we just Trendy Nova. Now, I'm going to want to get a boss to potentially... Ooh, double Psychic. That's all we have in our deck? Dang, bro. It's brutal out here. So we can power up the Giratina right here. I guess we could potentially put one there. So either of our Pokemon need is one energy attachment. Or like a double turbo here. Or the grass energy we have in our hand there. I like that. Let's go there. Because we have the grass in our hand. So it's not really a big problem. Now, I can always evolve, Ultra Ball, but I get me getting rid of Cheren's Care. I think that's fine. We have, what, 2 other bosses' orders in our deck? Right? 3. We have all 3 boss. And our opponent is going to judge us in return. Okay. We find another Bibarel plus Shoes. We also have to hope that our opponent doesn't get a stadium bump off a Judge, but it's only 4 cards. So I don't believe my opponent's going to be able to knock me out. Path is going to be putting in mad work against these Alekis. Because right now he has a one-shot on my Arceus V-Star as long as he doesn't have a stadium bump in his hand. Which he doesn't have. I know, bro, he don't got it like that. There's no way you judged into the stadium too. Come on, get out of here. I say that, but down in the bottom of my heart, I'm a little scared. I'm like, wait, no, don't have it, please. He hasn't played it yet, so I would be inclined to believe he doesn't have it, or else he would have slapped it down instantly to take the knockout on my Arceus V-Star here. Yeah, man, and if he doesn't knock me out, we can always go with a Cheren's Care play and potentially just deny him these prizes. There's just a Photon Blaster. Path has stuck. Let's go. Okay, we get a boss off the top. Oh my gosh, never mind. That's so cracked. I'm going to choose to take 3 prizes here instead. We're going to go Trekking Shoes here. Another boss. Boss for my next turn? I'm going to actually grab it. And then I'm going to boss out this Regieleki here. And then we're going to Bibarel. I'm looking for my V-Star and my Choice Belt. Skwovet's really solid. That's definitely a great card I can get out of my deck. And then we'll Bibarel again, only for 1. I'm looking for... Okay, double turbo's not bad. That gives us an attach for turn. For next turn, I kind of like that. Yeah, we can always just go here. And then I don't want a Nest Dash, because I have the 2 bosses' orders in my hand. So we are just... I'm scared, though, that my opponent's going to boss out my Giratina, you know? Which is why I'm inclined to potentially dig for the Tina this turn. So if I don't find it, it's really awkward. Trinity Nova it is. I'm going to go with this and take 3 prize cards here. We're going to accelerate. Do I accelerate 2 energy? I just need 1, but I could always use it to thin my deck out. Right? So we'll go 1 here, and I could put the other one elsewhere. Does it really matter putting it here? I don't think so. We'll put it there. Game should be over next turn, in theory. And we take 3 prize cards here. Bop, bop, bop. These 3, I believe. I'm looking to get my... Ooh, we don't get my other Tina off the prize cards, because I do have a Tina prized, right? Unless I didn't see the number, because I don't remember seeing the number at the bottom when I was looking through my deck. So... Next turn, all I need, guys... Or he's down... Actually, you know what? I just realized... Well, no. Yeah. So the Raikou can also potentially KO me. He's attaching to the active to pay retreat cost, it looks like. Or maybe he's just going in with the Raikou. Raikou's definitely solid because he doesn't need to retreat or switch. He has a Choice Belt. Oh my gosh. And a Research. Okay, that's not a boss's orders. Which means, in theory, guys, we should be able to just win this next turn. We just need to find our Choice Belt, which sounds like a tall order. But, we'll see. Now, this is also getting scary because the Raichu can also really put in some mad work this next turn. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of energy in play. Choice Belt also here. I just need Choice Belt V-Star. Am I asking for too much, guys? Nah, no way. That's another route to victory as well. If we potentially find Choice Belt and not the V-Star, we can always go 2 prizes on the active Raikou and then use Giratina to one-shot something like a Miraidon. So that is definitely something we do. Our opponent switching into the Miraidon, so they do have the knockout here. I think I just always promote Arceus because it's a safe promotion, right? I could always just promote Bibarel and attach a double turbo from hand. Also another option, but it's pretty safe to promote this considering I can always retreat if I want to get an attack off here. So we can go here and let's see what we get, man. What do we get off the top? Another path. Oof, that's not super ideal, honestly. I don't realistically need my energy attached anywhere else. Do I go for the boss's orders play? This is so risky, guys. This is so risky. Because I'm looking for a 2-card combo off Bibarel. Like, that's asking for a lot. I guess I can always attach since it doesn't really matter. Path is still out. And then we're going to just Skwovet these cards to the bottom. And I need Choice Belt Tina V-Star. Cleansing Gloves, that's the wrong tool! No! Okay, gloves are going on here. Yeah, we can put it anywhere. We'll put the gloves here because we could potentially punch him. I'd love to see Arceus in gloves. That would be hysterical. Tina V-Star! Ooh. So close, dude. So close. Do I bench this? Bench. Switch into this Bibarel because I can just pay the retreat cost. Come on. Choice Belt. Choice Belt. Choice Belt. Have I used the Synthesizers? Choice Belt. Come on. 18 cards there. Give me the Choice Belt. There's the Choice Belt. Let's go. I'm sorry. Everything's cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Oh my gosh, we got it. Yo, this deck is cracked. This is so fun. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe we got the Choice Belt off the second Bibarel. 310 lost impact per game. Oh, let's go, Tina. Oh, I was like, wait, what's happening? Oh, the discard energy cost. Ay, ay, ay. Sure, well, there you go. Bam. GG no re Aleki. Or, I'm sorry, Miraidon, right? And then we take our last 3 prize cards. That worked out. Wow, chasing down the double Aleki was the play. That was sick. Let's go. This deck is actually cracked. This is really, really fun. I'm here for it. Yo, my opponent has an absolutely sick coin, by the way. This looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh coin, kind of. Looks like the Millennium Puzzle or whatever. It does. Tell me I'm wrong, guys. I mean, you're probably telling me I'm wrong. That's fine. That's fine. That's fair. We are going to go first again. Arceus decks just want to go first. They need to go first. An Arceus deck going first becomes just instantaneously better. It's just comical how much better Arceus decks get when they go first. Like, seriously, I'd be inclined to say that Arceus decks go from like, oh, this deck is B tier, to like S tier, if they can go A tier maybe. I'd probably say A tier. Let's say A tier. They jump up a whole nother tier just because of the consistency they get to getting the turn 2 Starbirth and guaranteeing an attack going second. Looks like we're playing against LZBox. So this matchup has potential to be sketchy. We actually get the turn 1 double turbo drop, which is really, really busted. I can potentially path my opponent turn 1 so he has no Greninja play. I want to keep my Cheren's Care, though. I have this Ultra Ball, right? Do I just get rid of Raihan? I'm inclined to get rid of Raihan here. I could grab Bidoof, so I can become a Bibarel as soon as possible. Or do I just solely go double Arceus in this matchup? And potentially Cheren to get a Cheren's Care loop going. I really like that. But I don't know if he's playing Giratina. If he's playing Giratina, I want to get a Giratina down. You know what I mean, Jellybean? Let's grab the Giratina. I'm going to make the executive decision to grab a Giratina. Could get punished, could not, we'll see. But I'm going to turn one path my... Actually, you know what, I shouldn't have pathed my... Because I pathed myself so I can't Starbirth. Nah, we'll be fine. Don't worry, we'll draw out of this, guys. I don't play this very much. I don't want to talk about it, guys, okay? I don't want to talk about it. I got so excited to turn one path. He puts down his Greninja. Looks pretty useless to me, brother. Nice Greninja. See? Big brain. I'll draw a Judge off the top. I'll be fine, guys. You guys are worried. I'm not worried. I don't know why you guys are worried. They do get to start the game with a flower selecting as per usual. I just really wanted to hold the Cheren's Care. Potentially Mirage Gate down turn 1. I love to see it. They do have turn 1 Colress, Insanity. Yeah, no, I want to keep the Cheren's Care. I think the Cheren's Care is just a little bit too important in this matchup specifically. I mean, I cut one of the cards in the winning deck list to add the Cheren's Care because that's how much value I personally think it adds. Of course, everyone's deck building decisions are different, so we'll have to see if it pays off for me in this matchup, right? Getting rid of water. So, I mean, at this point, it's safe to assume that this is like a turbo build of Lost Box. Like, we're probably going to see a Dragonite coming down, or the Lost Vacuum. Yes, get rid of my path. See, guys? You guys were worried. I wasn't worried. We could also potentially see the... He got rid of a path himself. What? Wait, no, that was my path. No, wait, his path. Where's his path? Mine, his. Yeah, he got rid of a path. Okay, weird, but all right. I was like, wait, no. So we're probably going to be the Dragonite and the Raikou and that kind of stuff. Now, I actually prefer to fight this version of Lost Box because they give up multiple prize cards, make it easier for me to win the game. So Arceus with the Choice Belt can one-hit KO Raikou, whereas Giratina can one-hit KO their Dragonite. And then after that, we just need to take 2 prizes on anything else. This next turn, my Arceus is going to take a prize card off the Comfey, so most likely we might have to... Ooh, I don't much care for him doing that. That's okay. We have the Starbirth. I am not concerned. Starbirth can get us Switch. Now my opponent is up to 4 in the Lost Zone, so they can punch me for 110. Not a fan of that, but way of the road, right? This is just what Lost Box does. It's what makes Lost Box so good. We can grab ourselves a Switch off this as well. We get another Arceus. I'm kind of a fan of that. I want to go double Arceus, because I'm going to have to. And I think double Arceus is potentially better in this matchup than double Tina. Now, we are going to go Starbirth. The path doesn't really affect him all that much in this matchup. So I'm inclined to go Switch, and I could go Judge, but that doesn't guarantee me an energy drop, which is the scary thing. I'm like, it doesn't guarantee me the energy. I really just want to go Research, but I don't want to give up the Cheren's Care. I think I might just have to forego it in this matchup. I think it's just too important to start swinging. I really do. Now, of course, I have a lot of energy in my deck, so odds are I probably would have hit it off Judge, but better safe than sorry. So now we can attach a V-Guard here. I can path my opponent as well, so he can't utilize the Greninja, and then we'll just go in with a Trinity Nova. Start taking knockouts. Ooh, yeah, this hand is not looking too great. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and I will go Grass and Psychic, and then a Grass here, because that's the guaranteed attack cost that we need for Giratina. So let's make sure we have the guaranteed attack cost here, and we get a prize card. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any Bidoofs or Bibarels down. We get a double turbo, which is actually really nice for our secondary Arceus. So, definitely solid. We can always retreat to another Arceus and force him to potentially find a gusting option. Considering Lost Box only plays, what, 1 boss? Maybe 2 sometimes? I would say only 1, typically. But we'll see. We'll see. We have the V-Guard as well. V-Guard is really nice. Helps us take reduced damage from the likes of their Dragonite and or their Raikou. Yeah, no Bidoof is kind of rough. I don't mind researching there because we've got, what, 4 judges in the deck still? We definitely want to judge our opponent in the mid to late game and get rid of all the cards that they're hand selecting from their deck. Because their hand is going to get real big. Real big. Bigger's better, right? Bigger hand size? Oh yeah, bigger's better. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. There's a rope. I have to feed my opponent the Arceus, right? I can't potentially let him knock out my Giratina with a Cramorant. So stuff is getting damaged across the board. Here's where having that Cheren's Care in my deck as an option would have been incredibly nice. Now, of course, I can always pay the retreat cost with the double turbo that I got off the prize card. So, yep, see, there's the Cramorant. I'm like, I can't in good conscience promote the Giratina. Now, my opponent is spreading a lot of damage across the board. And they are slowly building up to their Lost Mine. Tina V-Star is actually really solid. We can go here, I can evolve, and then I'm going to just attach and pay the retreat cost with the double turbo. Yeah, definitely that. We're gonna retreat, just that. Bam, go into my next Arceus, and then we're gonna take a knockout. Bam, another prize card. Slow and steady wins the race against these Lost Box matchups, and then I can thin my deck out of these energies. I definitely don't mind. And then we can go, it doesn't really matter here. We can go Psychic and Grass, bam. And our Pokemon are really powered up. And our deck is completely thinned out of energy. So this is actually not bad, guys. It's actually not bad. Ultra Ball's amazing. Oh, that's so good for us. That will help us get a Bidoof down. Now, it might be a little late because they can potentially snipe the Bidoof with like a Lost Mine this next turn. But I guess as well, if we don't bench any single prize Pokemon, well, I guess we can always bench, and it still forces our opponent to go through 3 Pokemon, especially if they Sky Seal Stone one of these and take 3 prize cards. They go 3, 4, 5, and then they still need to take another knockout on Arceus. So maybe in this matchup specifically, I actually choose not to bench any of my other Pokemon. My opponent does get rid of a save. Why is it stuck on my Lost Zone? I don't want to see my Lost Zone. I guess if I have cards in the Lost, they might want to see. Okay, they do get Lost City. Not really a problem for me. They're up to 7 and they throw away a Sableye, which I really like. How many paths am I down? Just 2. Okay, so I still have 2 in the deck. Unfortunately, they've been able to utilize their Greninja. It hasn't really been the end of the world because they haven't had a lot of Comfeys to jump in between. So, although they have been able to spit back-to-back turns. So, it's definitely not too bad for them. Flower selecting, seeing every card they can possibly see before they make a decision. Yeah, I'm actually kind of hoping the V-Guard comes in play here. Because, well, I guess Dragonite with the Choice Belt, right? Dragonite with the Choice Belt only does 280. So even with the Choice Belt, my opponent wouldn't be able to KO. My opponent scoops. Yeah, I think that we're just too beefy for my opponent to take down. Let's go. I was actually pleasantly surprised by how well this Tina list performed. It's just really simple. It's really straightforward. It gets the job done. So there's not many like spicy techs or anything like that to try and beat the meta. They just tried to go with a simple, straightforward judge path list. And of course, obviously, it did do extremely well for them as they were able to take down the entire Portland Regional Championships. If you guys do like this deck list, I have it down in the description below, so you can just copy it, import it right into PTCGL, and you are just set for success. If you guys have made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.